Hey guys.
We're here today to check out the latest from Lorna Shore. Pain Remains 1, or I, whatever, Dancing Like Flames. Now, Pain Remains, this is not related because one thing happened before the other. But if you guys follow Will Ramos on Twitter, the dude has been struggling with food poisoning. The tweet started with, I think I had some dicey fries last night. And then it was, fuck, I have razor blades in my stomach. And then it followed up with, I puked on stage. Which, by the way, if you're not aware that the dude is struggling with a stomach bug, and you see him puking on, you're like, fuck, the show got amazing. His stage presence is off the hook.
I thought you were gonna say
Fuck,
like
not only he's doing big squeals, the fucking dude is puking.
he was trying to one up his pig squeals.
The only way that I imagine he went somewhere backstage or maybe around the drum kit or whatever and just fucking puked. How cool would it have been during one of those snarly pig squeals that he does, him going just like pure like poltergeist
All over the crowd?
Yeah! It would have been, the stuff of legends.
It would have been like
stuff of legends.
It would have been like a scary movie where he throws up on them and then everyone throws up back on him.
That would be more like Family Guy, where everybody just starts vomiting on each other.
Yeah.
Ah, fuck. Then it would go from like a Lorna Shore show to like a war show.
Yeah.
All right, you ready to get this started and check this out?
I am.
All right, let's fucking do it. Pondering about those fries from last night. Maybe it wasn't a good choice after all. I've had similar reflections after poutine in Montreal.
Didn't get you sick though.
Yeah, that's true. Well, I did have shits. I just didn't puke.
That was a different matter though.
Yeah. But he's reflecting. Yeah. Yeah. I'm not a big fan of this abrupt ending, I must say. But outside of that,
Oh my god.
unless this abrupt ending, okay, this is part one. Like, so there's gonna be Pain Remains part two. And I'm assuming in the concept of the album, the tracks probably come one right after the other, and where this one ends, the other one starts. So I'm gonna.
I thought Pain Remains was the name of the album.
No, that's the name of the song is Pain Remains.
Yeah, okay.
One or I, whatever. I think it's one, like a Roman letter, like one. And then the name of this, and then it's Dancing Like Flames. So I'm assuming in the track, I haven't looked at the track listing. I know they announced the album, I haven't looked at the track listing, but I'm assuming there's one, and then there's at least two, right? And then when you're listening to it on the record, this one comes and the second one follows.
Yeah.
And there is more of a sense of these tracks perhaps being part of a much larger picture. It's the only way I can explain that abrupt ending. And if that's the case, I'm okay with it.
All I do know is, I think you were right what you said the last video, that...
what did I say a lot of things.
The last Lorna Shore video was that every single song they put out, I feel like
that's their best song ever.
This is their best song ever. And there's no way you can disagree with me.
No, you know what I was going to say? That Lorna Shore is a band that I've seen in a lot of comments and videos, and our videos and other people's videos, where they say, well, they're great, but it sounds like they're becoming a little bit too repetitive. I don't know how you can say that, especially now when you listen to this song. I've never heard anything like this from them or anybody within the genre of deathcore to begin with.
Guys,
so I honestly
don't know what repetitive is in your mind.
I don't know how you can say that.
These are definitely the same people who listen to, like, traditional deathcore, which is very repetitive.
Or that's their idea of what the genre is, and they're using those preconceived ideas on a band that's not that doesn't follow those kind of formulas.
This is the best song though.
The only thing that's predictable a lot about Lorna Shore
is how good
or repetitive is how good the quality of the songs are.
It's not even
one after one after one.
It's not even repetitive because they continuously get better.
That's true.
They're not stuck
with
in
every single one feels like it's better than the previous. I agree with you on that. Now, before we talk about the song, I saw.
Also, the songs are completely like this song, "Krista Die," the into the earth, like all the. If you look at the past 4 singles, or even just like
3 singles, I think
3 singles. No.
Yeah, it's the 3rd single, I believe.
What about what's it called? Sun Eater.
Oh yeah. Okay.
So 4, but if you look at all 4,
3, 4. I mean, who's counting?
I'm just enjoying. But
there's a certain evolution in terms of what they've provided.
Obviously, there's an evolution, but what you're getting is 4 songs that have DNA in them that is similar. Yet the songs, you're getting a completely different song.
Yeah, but that's the band. I mean, when people say that they're repetitive or they've created a formula and now every song follows that formula, I don't agree with that. But yet the songs
are still.
I don't agree with that because. Obviously, there's going to be elements within all the songs that are the same because we're talking about the same band.
Yeah,
that's every band. So there's things you're going to find that are going to be exactly the same. Will Ramos' vocal range is Will Ramos' vocal range. I mean, it's not going to change. You know what I mean?
He did have some like cleaner vocals.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is still within his range. So obviously, you can find things that are in common in all of those songs, but you also can see the differences that exist in all of those songs.
Yeah.
So I don't agree with those comments. I just wanted to bring that up because this song, now, this one is so different from even the previous singles. It's just so different in what it offers and how it sounds and how it's put together. They brought back the guitar solo, which I love a band like this that doesn't just depend on heavy breakdowns to create songs that are impactful. No, bring the guitars. They don't have to be... I'm not saying that they have to be Judas Priest-like, but bring the guitar so it adds more weapons to your arsenal. It allows you to have cool breakdowns when you want to have that lean back like Fat Joe, like you're like, oh, that shit is filthy. But it also allows you to add quality and melody to songs that rely more on that quality and melody, or quality of melody, I should say. To create an atmosphere, it doesn't need... A song like this doesn't need breakdowns. A song like this needs a solo like that to enhance the beauty of the melodic... The melodic of the sonic... Yeah, of the sonic experience that the song has.
Because the song and video is very sad. So, I mean, video is a perfect kind of representation of the song. But I gotta say, I love just the way he delivers the lines in the more, I guess you could say, sadder parts of the video and stuff, because
The whole
everything.
song is sad, but I get
But
what you're saying.
I'm saying when it really ties in together properly, and it was the I was gonna say spoken word type thing that he did, and then he continued I think that was one of my favorite parts of the song, just because of how much emotion was drenched in every single lyric.
Now, people can look at this video, they can look at the song, and I saw some tweets from a few people before we watched this video saying, oh, that, Lorna Shore made a deathcore ballad. I think they're holding on to that term for two reasons. One, they don't know better. Two, because of the story that you see developing in the video, it's a love story. It's about somebody losing somebody to cancer, I'm assuming, or any illness of that nature, right? So I think they're looking at the video. If they heard this song without the video, I don't think they would make that comment. They're using the video to balance out the perception that they have of the song, because I don't think they have a background deep enough that they could go into and say this is something else. I'm going to back my statement here. I'm not just going to throw that statement and not back it up.
I mean,
I'm going to back
have to. I mean, if you can just
I'm going to back
the.
No. I just want to say, before I back that up, I just want to say this about the video and the theme of the song. I once talked to a guy who lost his 5-year-old son died. We went to the funeral. His sister was going to school with this guy when they were little. And I asked him, as a father, how are you coping with that loss? Because that's what this video is, coping with loss. How are you coping with that loss? And he said to me, I don't look at the years that I'm not going to have him with me. I look at the years that he gave me. And if I look at my life and I had the choice of never having him or having him for 5 years and losing him, I would rather have him for 5 years. I don't know if I would have been able to make that statement in that moment, or any moment for that matter, but for somebody to have the clarity of mind to see life not in terms of what you're losing going forward, but rather what you gain up until that day is super interesting to me. It just shows character of the highest level. I don't think I would have that the heart to think in that paradigm, to think in that way when it comes to losing a child or losing somebody who's really dear to you. But it's such an interesting way of looking at life. It's like looking at the glass half empty or half full. It's a little bit of that, but in a more broader spectrum with a lot more pain and suffering attached to it. I just want to bring that up because it's words that, even though I don't think I would ever be able to utter myself for a loss of someone near to me, is words that really stayed with me. And whenever I'm going through a period of loss, I try to reflect on them, even though it's really hard for me to find solace in them. But still, really interesting, and I just wanted to share that. Now, going back to the ballad thing, I'm going to back this up. To me, this is not a deathcore ballad. The story could lead itself to a deathcore ballad, but this song is My Dying Bride or Paradise Lost turned deathcore. When you look at the video, when you look at the melody that the song has, the darkness that the song has, how deep it takes you into that pain and suffering. Ballads don't necessarily take you that deep into pain and suffering. There is some pain, but it's not
it's very mellow.
It's very mellow, and there's
not harsh.
And yeah, there's pain, but it's a softer. It's a more pain at the surface. And regardless of the pain that exists in a ballad, at the end of that ballad, there's always a little bit of a light at the end of the tunnel. It's not completely dire.
Yeah, but this song does not have that.
This song doesn't have that. Exactly. A ballad, I always feel like for as painful as it could be, there's always a sense of hope. There's always a slim sliver of light at the end of the tunnel. And I think this is more of a doom deathcore track, taking what a band like Paradise Lost or My Dying Bride or Draconian would do and do excellent the way they only know how to do, which is bring that pain and suffering and break the scales of pain and suffering.
Yeah, and
take you down deep. Yeah, cut deep and take you down deep into that guttural emotion that you have in that moment of loss, and turning that into a deathcore song. That to me is what this track is all about. Now, you may disagree with me, and that's fine. But if you've listened to those bands and you listen to that genre on a regular basis, but specifically those three bands, I really feel like you're going to grasp that. This is going down that path that those bands normally do, where there's just doom and gloom. Swallow the Sun is another one. There's no light at the end of the tunnel. There's no hope. There's just pain and suffering. That's it. Now, you could say, well, but the melodic side of the song kind of gives you a light of... No, the melodic side of the song actually brings even more pain and suffering. It makes it more palpable, more real. You know, the beauty in that melody hides the darkness and the pain that it puts forward. And that's how this song is put together. So I'm backing up my own statement. Agree to disagree?
No, I agree. I agree with you just because, I mean, mine is more simpler. The feeling I get from listening to ballads is not what I got from this.
When I listen to Bed of Roses from Bon Jovi, I don't get the same vibe as I did from this.
Yeah, no. I know it's a very simpleton thing to say, but yeah, I'm going with my gut on it, and where it's like, the feeling I get from listening to ballads is not what I get from this song. I get exactly what you were saying. I get more of the draconian feeling, the Paradise Lost, very Paradise Lost feeling of anger and sadness all mashed up together. Despair, all mashed up together in this beautiful yet haunting, song. That's what it is, and from the as it got deeper.
But if you don't listen to those bands, if you never,
then you're not gonna get it.
Then you're not gonna get it. That's what I'm saying.
But if you do, then you're more enlightened to the fact that it's not a ballad, and I think after the more, I'm gonna say, spoken word type thing that happened,
for lack of a better term, let's go with that.
But when he kind of just started building up, I think from there I realized, this song is deeper. Even though it was so far in, and you can obviously tell how deep it was from the beginning. I don't know why, but his emotion, when it hit its peak there, it really shows you how deep the cut was. So, I totally agree with you. It is more of a doom,
melodic doom deathcore song.
Yeah, melodic doom deathcore song.
Yeah, that's how I perceived it as well. All right, guys. Well, let us know your thoughts. Is it a ballad to you? Is this Bed of Roses by Bon Jovi but deathcore? That's the only ballad that really came to my mind. So that's the one.
Really, there's a lot.
I know, but that's the first one that came to my mind. So that's the first one I threw out there. So hit us up in the comment section. Let us know your thoughts. And if you're not following Will Ramos on Twitter, you're missing out. Fucking do that. Go do that right now.
He needs you.
Yes. And they're on tour.
I don't know how the fuck you get poisoning from fries.
No, but if the sauce or they were not cooked properly, or
That's
the
true,
oil that they were cooked in, or whatever. I mean, there's a million reasons. It could have bacteria in it, like listeria or whatever.
I know, but whenever I hear
E. coli,
I hear like a friend of mine that has food poisoning, it's never fries. Or potatoes in general. It's
no, but it depends on the sauce, right? Like the sauce could have been rancid.
That's true.
So you never know. Anyhow, just go follow him on Twitter. Exactly. Follow him on Twitter. Don't forget, I think they're on the road right now, but I know they're playing in Toronto in November. The show is sold out. Everybody's keeping their fingers crossed, hoping that they move to a bigger venue so that more tickets go on sale. These guys are today's modern-day metal band of the moment. And I don't think it's a glitch in the matrix. These guys are here, and they're here to stay.
Yeah.
Mark my words. All right, we'll see you in the next video.
See ya.